welcome to a new video. I'm Izu and today we are continuing yet another Buildcrest build. So this is gonna be the modular house challenge. So if you don't know what Buildcrest is, it is done by Deligracy. It's a save file that has a bunch of different build challenges. I will link it down below. So any one of you who likes building and building challenges can give it a go. So as you can see, essentially it's just rooms in different shapes and you have to make it in one house. The modular challenge is also on the gallery, I believe, and the rules in there. So if you want to give it a go, I think you can just search for modular house challenge. But anyways, the official rules say that you cannot add or change any walls in the rooms that have been given. However, you can add corridors inside or such like that, like not really rooms but like connecting walkways, I guess. And also you're allowed to move the walls inside of the house. But with this challenge, I thought it would be fun to do it so that I would not make any changes to the walls, any whatsoever. So this build is completely done with the modular rooms that were given, and I didn't alter any walls whatsoever. The only thing I kind of added is the little pergola at the back, but that's just an extra thing I wanted to put in there for like the build's environment to feel nice and like, I don't know, cozy and inviting. So that's completely unrelated to the build challenge. And any of you who maybe, I don't know, don't know how to make a pergola yourself, then here it is. So you can see what I'm doing. This is how I do a pergola. So anyways, this is unrelated to the challenge, and I'm not too pressed about technically breaking the rules because I added a foundation to the lot, but it's like whatever. Like if that bothers anybody, you can just take that out. Anyways, I really enjoyed this challenge. It was a challenge to me, and I really enjoy when challenges are a bit difficult or challenging. I don't know what other words to use, but yeah, I really like when I have to think about it. I initially started building this house for Lola and Jacob because they needed a new house. They are Sims from my Not So Berry series, and if you're interested in that series, you can always check that out. I stream it here on YouTube, but I obviously did not end up doing that. As you can see, it's not the vibe that you probably would assume I would go for them. So anyways, when I was putting the rooms together, I ended up downloading it from the gallery to a bigger lot so I could move the rooms freely. And then when I was ready, it was very modern looking because of all the kind of triangular and rectangular shapes and the rooms kind of coming out of the house. And yeah, the frame of the house looked very modern, so I ended up going with a very modern yet kind of colorful and fun vibe for the house. So it is not for Lola and Jacob. And I ended up building them another house. I've been building so many houses lately. So for Lola and Jacob, I built a house using only base game and the werewolf pack, and that will be coming out later after this video. And then I also built Kavida a new house, or kind of a new apartment. It's like apartment slash house. You'll see. I will upload that on my channel here as well, but you can also see that when we play Not So Berry. Anyways, this house, I also added another rule, or not necessarily a rule, but like a guideline, and that was to not use any black. Obviously, some of the things are gonna be black, like I cannot completely not use black, but every time I could, I was using wood and I was using colors. I often gravitate towards black and white and then like a pop of color, or I have like a color palette that ties in with black or something like that. And this time I wanted to challenge myself by not using any black if I could. And the whole house is kind of this modern timber, like wood everywhere. Everything is light wood, like medium tone wood, and outside is like light and sand color stone. So yeah, it's very monochrome in a very woody timber tones outside, and then the inside is that as well, only for like the built-in features like the doors and the dividers and the walls and etc. But I wanted to add more color with the furnishing and the wall colors, and I really wanted to go out of my comfort zone and go with a lot of color. And for this house, my color palette was kind of this tealy turquoisey blue, and then I used like different colors of orange and like yellow orange to like more pinky orange, peachy kind of vibe. I love those colors together and I really enjoyed it and enjoyed building this house. It was kind of difficult because the house itself is quite small. Like everything in here is quite small and most of it is in a weird angle or a kind of a tight space. The furnishing itself, it's a mix of modern and maybe like indie. I don't actually know what to call the style of this house, like the interior, because it's very mid-century modern at times, and there's a lot of wood, a lot of color, but then it's very like clean and sometimes minimalistic. No, I know I used a lot of clutter, so it's not minimalistic in that way, but I mean like the shapes and how I like use the space, in my opinion, is a little bit more towards the minimalism way of doing things. But anyways, I think the only way I could describe this house is like modern indie. I don't know if indie is a style for like decorating, but yeah, that's the only word that comes to mind that could actually describe this place, because it's also not boho, even though I did use a lot of wood and those wicker chairs and stuff like that. I don't believe this is boho either, so it's kind of a interesting mix, but I am really happy with the house. I really like it. The only thing is that I have not played in this house, so I have no idea how difficult it is to play in this house. One thing I really am annoyed with in Sims 4 is the way the half walls up works. Like you can either have all walls up or no walls up, but then there's the middle area of like half of the walls are up at the back and then half of them are showing, but they're always like so weird. Like it never works how I want it to. So I don't know how easy it is to play in this house because there's a lot of tight, tiny spaces, and it is a 2-story house with a difficult diagonal rooms. So yes, I don't know. It might be very difficult and I apologize. But if you want to download this, it is in my gallery. I did not use any CC in this house, as I never do. I don't like to use CC in my builds, even though obviously there are so many awesome different things you could do with CC, but I want my builds to be able to be downloaded by anyone. So I didn't use CC. However, I didn't limit the amount of packs that I used in this house. I am really bad at this. Like, whenever I try to do a house using only certain packs, at the end of the house being built and I've done everything and everything's ready to be downloaded to the gallery, I go do that and realize I have used like 5 different packs that are not the ones that I was supposed to. And I don't know why. Like, at the time when I'm building, I like keep in mind that I can't use certain packs. Let's say I can only use 2 packs and everything else is not allowed. When I'm building, I know that, and whenever I'm putting furniture in or like building anything, I'm looking at the little icons and seeing like, okay, this is not included. But then something happens and I end up still putting in something that is not from those 2 packs, and I don't know how I do it. It's so funny. I even did this when I tried building Lola's and Jacob's house. I only was allowed to build with base game and werewolf pack, and still when I downloaded it to the gallery, I had used city living and cottage living or whatever that pack is, and then also I think something else, I can't remember. Anyways, it's just impossible. So I have to go back and like search for the items that I don't want there. But this one I didn't limit any packs, so I'm sorry if you don't have all of them, but you can always put in things from different packs. There are only a few items that you can't really swap out to a different one, but you can always just make it your own and decorate it however. You can always use my builds however you want to, or like own use. Please don't upload them to the gallery obviously, but if that doesn't count, like, you can do whatever you want with these. You can decorate them, you can change them however you want. Yeah, so anytime you're interested in my builds, they're always on the gallery and you can always download them from there. And this is the finished house finally. I really, as I said, I really liked how it turned out. I think it's super cozy and very, like, it looks like somebody's home. I do really think so. And even though some of the colors are quite bold, I think they do balance each other out. In the bedroom, I would have liked to have a feature wall with the golden leaves and then all the other walls just be the same bluey teal color. But we don't have anything like that in the game without CC, so I just had to go with the full-on wallpaper for the whole room. But yeah, I still do like it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see any of my other build videos, I have a full-on playlist on my channel, or you can check my channel out and watch any other videos if you want to. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel just yet, please do so. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the day or night and week or weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.